What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stephen J. I'm here because I want to address what's going on right now. It's a hot topic in the sports world, and it's going on down in Miami between on the Dolphins camp. What happened between Trayvon Martin and Richie Incognito. Also want to address the proverbial N-word, and I'm going to say it simply for the sake of this video. Nigger versus nigga. And 2013, we heard that term. We heard the term nigga in the Trayvon Martin trial with, what was that lady's name, girl's name, Rachel Gentile. And, you know, I saw her on Piers Morgan and she tried to explain it's not the ER, it's the A at the end and this, that, and the other. And we also dealt with the whole Riley Cooper situation in, up in Philly and what he said. And let's just start there. Some of his teammates say, you know, it's the different culture and, you know, we use it between each other and we say it to other black players and it's okay if the white players say it to us. And, you know, I was listening to, watching ESPN First Take today and they had AP on with Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. And they were talking about this whole Incognito, Trayvon Martin situation. And AP, he was saying that it's a different culture. He said he uses the word, and he still uses the word, but if it happens in the locker room, that's fine, and this, that, and the other. I got a problem with that. Simply, why do we actually need to say the word? You know, I looked up the word nigger and see what it meant, and according to Wikitoria, it says, simply means nigger, simply means a dull, ignorant person. That's what I grew up as far as knowing what that definition meant. It meant an ignorant person. Dictionary.com, a black person, a person of any race or origin regarded as contemptible, inferior, ignorant. And I'll admit, I grew up hearing that word in the black community, and I grew up hearing that word in the white community. I remember my mother calling me a nigger. And she says, I'm not calling you a nigger to degrade you. I'm calling you a nigger based off of the definition of what it is, that you're being an ignorant person. And when I look at the term nigger, it was always used to make the person, white person, seem better than the black person, to degrade, denigrate, to bring them low, as if they were less of a person than the white person. It was always used as a way to continue to bring them down, as a way to say that you'll never be what I am. You'll never be white. You'll never be high-minded. You'll never be smart. You'll never be this. You'll never be that. That's what that word is. And I was thinking, I wonder what Dr. King would think about this culture that we have now. Where it's okay to say, we didn't say nigger, I'd rather you say negro. And I think we got away from the word negro because it was too close to nigger. But I wonder what Dr. King would say about this new culture that the term nigga, I just want to, that's my nigga. How come you can't simply be my friend? How come you can't simply be my boy, my homie? I'll even go with my dog. Or how come that's my man right there? But why I gotta, oh, that's my nigga. Why does it have to be my nigga? Why does it have to be that? Why can't I simply be your friend? Oh, that's my man. That's my boy over there. It's my homie. Why do we have to be the nigger? Or why we gotta be the nigga? Because a lot of times you don't hear nigga, you hear nigger. Oh, that's my nigga right there, nigga. And so we have this culture now where black NFL players, I don't know about the NBA or baseball, or ain't that many black people in hockey. So, but in the NFL, according to black NFL players, it's common and it's okay because they use it in the locker room. I think that's wrong. Who said it's okay to do that? Because what you have here is you have a Richie Incognito, you have a Riley Cooper that says it's okay for them to use that word, because I hear black people saying and they treat me like this, and then if a white person says, yo, what's up, my nigga, then they're like, oh, he said it, he's one of us. No, man, that's just simply wrong. It's simply wrong. Why don't we just eliminate the word? We're bringing our kids up today just wrong. We're NFL players, NBA, baseball, hockey, college, whatever. We're setting the wrong example to tell our kids that it's okay to use nigga or nigger or whatever. But then I want to get mad if a white person say it, but yet I'm saying amongst ourselves because I'm taking the word back from what it really means. No, that's stupid. Whoever the first person that said that was stupid. I'm taking the word back. No, let that word die in the past. It was a word, a derogatory word that was used to degrade African Americans, black people. But we want to take that word and we want to change it around and continue to use it and then let someone else. It's okay for a white person and you. No, it's not. That is an offensive word. The history, the origin behind the word has always been offensive. If you want to change the ER to an A, it's still the same thing. It's still the same thing. I call upon our leaders like the NAACP to call Roger Goodell and say, hey, you need to address this situation because it's now getting out of hands. What's going to happen when somebody else, white, goes, oh, that's my nigga, this, that, and the other. Oh, man, you stupid nigga. Because all that stuff, because he obviously felt comfortable doing it because African Americans allowed it to happen. Versus saying, no, that's not acceptable. That's not cool that you're saying this. Cut that out. I'm hoping that the NAACP calls Roger Goodell and say, hey, you need to speak and you need to address all the owners of the NFL, and the owners of the NFL need to address every general manager, and the general manager needs to address every coach, and that coach needs to address every player on the team. Say, no, as of right now, this is unacceptable. That word, I don't care what it is, you better figure out something else, but that word is not going to be spoken in this locker room as of this day because it's getting out of hand. And if I hear someone say it, fine them. Make it a steep fine, $50,000, $100,000, whatever you got to do. But I mean, take the violence. Say, nah, I'm not going to use that. I got 4 boys and a girl, and I have used the word nigger in front of my kids, but I used it in reference to what the definition is, that it was ignorant. My son was doing something that I don't even remember what it was. And I said, stop acting like a little nigger, being ignorant and being like you don't have any sense or anything like that. Don't do that. But even that was wrong for me to do that. And I told him later that I was wrong for saying that. But we've got to come up. I think we're going backwards, that we're in acceptance of things that just ought not be. I wonder what Jesse Jackson thinks. I wonder what Oprah, these people that are in leadership. I mean, somebody got to speak out and simply say, nah, that's wrong. Don't do that. Don't say that. It's not cool for you to say that amongst black people. It's not cool for you to allow a white person to be comfortable enough to say that. The whole issue with Riley Cooper, oh my God, he that came from his heart. That was racist. What Richie Incognito said, that was racist. Why? Because he got comfortable being around black people that use it and that allow him to use it and think it's cool and funny because he's an honorary black person. They said that about Bill Clinton. No, you're white. You're not black. You know the difference is? Because when you look at me, you see a black man. You don't see a man, you see a black man. That's the problem that we have in this country racially, is that, you know, a lot of Caucasian white people look at black people simply as black versus looking at me, instead of looking at my character, instead of looking at me to see, am I a nice guy or whatever. If I'm a jerk, I'm a jerk. Well, I got to be a nigger jerk. I mean, it always results. I mean, working at Comcast, and you would get somebody on the phone and they want credit, this and the other, and you know the policy, you can't do it, and all of a sudden they want to say, oh, you stupid nigger, and hang up, this, that, and the other. Why do we even have to go there? That's just uncalled for. I wrote a poem last year. It was right after the whole Trayvon Martin incident. It's called Rise Above the Hate. It is on YouTube. It's called Rise Above the Hate. Stephen J. Look it up. It's a really good poem. And in the poem, it says, if you cut me, I bleed. We got the same blood. If you look at me, guess what? Gas is $3 for me too, just like it is for you. But we have to change culture, because culture is wrong. Who's going to stand up and say, hey, that's wrong. Culture is wrong. What you're saying is wrong. Eliminate that word, because it has no place in history. Oh, well, it has a place in history because it's from history. It has no place in the present. I'll say that. It has no place in the present. And once we start saying no, and once we start correcting and calling each other on a carpet to say, yo, whoa, no, that's not good. Nah, don't say that. Once we start doing that, that's how we start eliminating this word out of our language and stop teaching it to our kids and stuff like that. Because if a white person came in the neighborhood, rolled down his window and say, hey, what's up, nigga? Now we would go off. But then again, I'm thinking that, oh, hey, what's up, nigga? We say that back to him or whatever. And we got this culture now that everybody's a nigga, this, that, and the other. If you're Spanish, nigga, and you got Spanish people, nigga, and you got white people, nigga. Nah, it's time for us to take that vow and say, you know what? I refuse to speak that word anymore. It's too close to the original, and I'm not going to have to be a part of my language. And eliminate that word. This is ridiculous. We got to rise above this word because it's wrong. It's time for somebody in NFL to say, hey, it's wrong. It's time for the Roger Goodell to say it's wrong. It's time for the NFL owners to say, nah, this is wrong. It's time for the general manager and the coaches to say it's wrong. But it's time for someone black in leadership. Obama, maybe, Oprah, Will Smith, Diddy, TD Jakes. It's time for somebody to say, hey, that's wrong. Stop saying that. Correct them. Nah, don't say that. We've come beyond that now. Who wants to walk in? My parents and my grandparents, I don't want to walk in their shoes. Ask them what that word meant. Whether it's with an A or ER, ask them. Is it cool to say that word? No, it wasn't cool back in the 60s to say that word. It wasn't cool back in the 70s to say that word, or the 80s to say that word, or the 90s to say that word. But now we're in a different time. No, it's still the same wrong word. And if you're an NFL player and you think it's cool because it's part of culture, you're an idiot. You're simply an idiot. That's all I got to really say about the situation. But we got to come correct, because, man, we going in the wrong direction if that's the case. Again, what would the civil rights leaders of the 60s think about this culture today? They would be very disappointed, because they would be like, you mean to tell me I got beat up for this? They sucked the dogs on me for that? I got bit, I got beat up, I got torched, I got spit on, I got slapped in the face. They sucked the dogs on me. They sprayed me with water. They degraded me and spit in my face and did and said all manner of things against me. And you mean to tell me, if I look at this generation in 2013, that this is the result of what I did? No. They would simply say, oh, wait a minute, this generation needs this culture, because that's what they're trying to say. It's culture. Needs to check themselves. Really needs to check themselves, because it's simply wrong. Take the vow and say no to the word. Take the vow. I'm Stephen J. That's all I got to say on this situation. Peace out and God bless.